Hello, I'm Jorge Gestoso. Welcome to a new program. President Trump wants to exclude undocumented immigrants from the 2020 census, and we would like to know what is behind that. We ask our guest, Artemio Arreola, Director of Community Relations of the Illinois Coalition for the Rights of the Immigrants and Refugees, and President of the Federation of the Michoacan Club in Illinois. Artemio, a warm welcome to the program.
Thank you, Jorge, for inviting me. Thank you for having me here with you.
Artemio, is it legal or illegal, or constitutional or unconstitutional, this idea of President Trump to exclude undocumented immigrants from the 2020 census?
Let me tell you, the law is clear. Everybody in this country, every 10 years, we have to count him. And also, the information do they provide is confidential and safe. This is the second time the president tried to attack our community through the census. The first time is when he tried to include it in the census, the question of the citizenship. He lost. This question is right now not on the questionnaire. It's 9 questions and this not included, asking you what is your status. He lost on the court. And the other intent he tried to do is not in the census. It's for the next year. It's about the political distribution. What we call it redistricting, redoing the maps, the political maps. This is what he tried to do. And he gonna lose again. But what he talking about it right now is to scare our families, our communities, to be participating in the census. If you saw the statistics of the counting, how they go, the Hispanic community is the lowest participating, is the low community counting on the census. This do have a very deep and long impact in our communities. Why? Because on base of those numbers, the Congress every year redistribute the budget for the schools, hospitals, roads, all the public services. If we're not counting right, he doesn't distribute the money right is what he tried to do. But the Congress do this every year. But the information they use it is for 10 years. Okay, let me clear another thing for me. For the second attack is happen next year with the information of the 2020 and the 2021. They redo the maps. Well, they want to be sure not only we do not have the enough resource our community needs, he wants to limit also our political representation on every single level. Our community growing up, but he tried to reduce our political power. This is where he tried to go.
And as you said very well, he's trying to scare Hispanic families, and you said there very often among the Hispanic household you have documented citizens of the U.S. and also some undocumented citizens living in the same family. So he tried to scare the whole family so anybody will participate. Is that right?
We're making a study here in Illinois, and they have almost similar as in other areas in the country. 80% of the undocumented, they have connection with the citizen families, because we are mixed status families. We do have citizens, residents, and undocumented in our family. For one undocumented related, we do have like more than 20 members, because it's not only close, like my mother, father, sons. No, they can be a little longer. But everybody is scared because they try to protect the more vulnerable, and he or she is the more vulnerable. Everybody is scared about if everybody put the information there. This is where he tried to go, and the community tried to protect those. We estimate right now like between 11 or 12 million undocumented, but those are from all over the world. It's not just Latinos. We estimate probably 6 million Latinos undocumented and 4 from Mexico, but the 12 are from all over the world.
And if you watch it from far, looks like very hypocritical that President Trump expects or pretend that the undocumented immigrants do not count, like if it doesn't exist in the country. And we're talking, as you said, let's say it's over 11 million. But at the same time, this country, especially at this moment with the pandemic, are needing more than ever essential workers. And many of the undocumented workers are Hispanics and are the ones who really makes the country work. So they wanted not to appear in the paper that exists, but now he really praised the idea of the essential workers. It's a contradiction.
It is. It is because our community go every single day to put their life in risk with this pandemic. But now also this, he doing work, essential work. Well, he calling right, essential work, essential workers. We need you because we need you to go to pick the food and put me on the table. I need you to go to clean the hospitals. I need you to go do a lot of work. They put many people, they don't want to do it, and I put it there because it's real. Unfortunately, the more than 40 million people on employment now, but they prefer not be in risk and receive the money until her previous job opening. And we know not sure. Well, I don't know when they coming back the same as before with this increase the pandemic again. And also not only the undocumented, okay, all the Latinos are really in risk because we are working in essential work, and 80% we cannot working from home. We have to go outside. If one member of the family go out, put it in risk everybody out if they don't take care all the precautions to clean it and disinfect it. And is why the pandemic numbers really increase in our communities. And this is what reflected, those are good people to come to resolve a society. They're not criminals, they're not bad guys. They provided for the family, but also for the society. But another way, the president tried to cut the growing up our community. The good thing is the Constitution, the law is on our side, and I think on the courts, he gonna lose again to try to limit our political work. The problem is he made damage, and I want to make clear with our community: don't scare, be counted. Your information there is protected and confidential.
Artemio, we're talking about the political scenario. We are already less than 100 days away from the November 3rd presidential election, and how you believe that President Trump and Vice President Joe Biden are going to play regarding the immigration issues. What are going to promise to the electorate?
Well, the scenario is already out. They already tried to see where we're going. First, President Trump attacked in different ways the process, lying when he said the undocumented voting, they never vote. And he never really proved any, even LPR, legal permanent resident, vote. He never proved. He always said, but he is not proof. Okay. Second, try to be more difficult to people voting by mail. And still to make more easy to vote, he tried to make harder and harder. And the low participation is in our community. From 60 million Latinos live in the United States, the Pew Research Center estimate 32 million are eligible to vote on November. Is why they try to be, try to come to our community. But Trump played two ways. One is to her base, and the other game is to play to our community. For example, to our community, he bring President Andrés Manuel López Obrador a few weeks ago to the White House and send a message to us. Oh, he's a good guy. He respect us. He no attack us. And then a few days later, the executive person from Goya Corporation, Spain Corporation, but based in Puerto Rico and also in New Jersey, try to talk in nice about him. There's a messengers to our community where he is now a good guy, but for the other side, every single day he makes clear actions to affect our community, to send a message to our base, like no DACA, kill DACA, no count on the census. The undocumented, the Mexicans bring COVID-19. Look at, I make the wall. If I don't make this beautiful wall, the COVID coming. Every single day attack us. Another side, Biden, try to talk more, better than him, but we just needed more, not just talking better. We not forgot when he was in power with Obama, and when he was, they had promised to us to Rego fixing the situation of undocumented in the United States, and guess what? He deported more people than anybody else. What does this mean? Biden needed more than talk. He really had to bring a plan, and we had to believe it, how he got to do, right? Because it's not just one undocumented. If we have 11 undocumented, this person related to many United States born here. They have families. It's what I'm going to say, 84% of the undocumented related to citizens. This is why even they do not vote. Our issue is on the ballot, because the citizens have to decide it for us. Means they go voting to us. We have to protect the more vulnerable, what is the undocumented in our community.
I did have the opportunity some time ago to interview a figure that is an icon in the Hispanic community, that is Eliseo Medina, a union leader, and he was very clear regarding what the two political parties represent for Hispanics. We're talking about Republicans and we're talking about Democrats. And Eliseo concluded, we are in bad shape because the Republicans attack us and the Democrats ignore us. Was he right?
Fully complete, fully. And let me tell you, Eliseo Medina, he used to be working with Cesar Chavez. He is not a person just right now and working on the community, right? And fighting for the immigrants and workers' rights. His long time, he remembered long time in many presidents and administrations. And this is not just right now. This is for a long time. But our political power is growing, and that's why President tried to limit. Why? Because every single we will make more decisions. And our future being the political is why the Democrat had to show us more actions clearly and defend us, not just hear us, really defend us.
In your case, you live in one of the largest cities in the country, Chicago, with a large Hispanic or Mexican population. It's also a sanctuary city. Tell us, to explain to an audience that is not familiarized with what a sanctuary city is, how it works, the idea of the sanctuary city for undocumented citizens, if you want.
Well, this is a local initiative they limit the collaboration between the police and ICE, and they make a little more better here in Chicago. The Sanctuary City ordinance, they make another ordinance that they call it Welcoming City. This is better. They limit not only the police, they limit all institutions and the government, local government, to collaborate with the federal agencies. And not only Chicago, it's few cities around Chicago, the one they adopted this welcoming ordinance, but it's more messages to be attacking to the sanctuary city. But that's fine. This is what Trump tried to do, right? And they have the power because it is the federal, the immigration or the agencies. They don't have to ask; they come, for the people with the record. The other thing is not just attacking to the sanctuary cities for the undocumented. They also attacking because they said the crime increased. What is his right in this message? The crime in Chicago is high, but what he's not right is to play on the undocumented, because this is fully not true. Undocumented people is the lowest crime in the fully community, because they try to be away. I know when they be catching me, they're not really involved in that situations. And he attacked to the gang and crime in the city, attacking to the sanctuary cities with try to pretend the immigrants, the undocumented immigrants, are the ones are criminal, the one that increase the crime in Chicago. And this is another political messages, liar. But try to message to another rural areas, even in Illinois or in Midwest and in other areas, donde he is the macho man, the power man. He goes send the troops to do what the mayor can do it. I don't think so. I'm here the governor, I'm here the mayor, and another like Congress and Senate stand up, and everybody want to fight against the crime, but we want to be clear, do the right way.
What you see, and you have seen images of the family separation, children in cages with, they call it hieleras, like with air conditioning at full blast, in order to make them a different type of torture, but torture at the very end, not necessarily providing them with enough hygiene to make sure that they not get the coronavirus. What level of cruelty we are being witnessing regarding the undocumented immigrants during the years of Donald Trump at the White House?
Can you repeat the question, Jorge, the last one?
Yeah, what I'm saying is, have we seen during the 3.5 years of President Trump other level of cruelty, like he's practicing with the family separations and the treatment of the immigrants that are in the detention centers? We have never seen any previous president practicing such a level of cruelty.
Correct. You're right. And this is a double moral too, because all the ones that administrate those detention centers are private corporations. They are abused. They are detained for longer time because it's business. The undocumented are business for those corporations, and also they violate the international law about receive the refugees the way they're supposed to wait here until hear the cases. Right now, they refuse, and they send it to Mexico, wait in Mexico until they call you. How they go survive like a year until they come for a court for a refugee? No, they're supposed to be here. This is fully clear violation of the law. Another thing, and many people doesn't talk, and I want to talk about it, okay? And it's not just only the one they put in the cases, okay? It's the undocumented here in the United States. Every single day, they do pay taxes like everybody else, but they also pay Social Security like everybody else. But guess what? They do never benefit for this money, for the Social Security. But they collected this money, they keep it, okay? And then when I was talking about the undocumented people are the best, one of the best business for the United States. They pay low, they explore it, and also for different systems, right? When they get it, no driver licenses, what happened? They go to the court, they have to pay fees, they have to pay lawyers. You know, all the little money they able to save, they take it out. For another area, even for the countries where they come from, we are the engine of the economy of those countries. For example, Mexico received 37 millions dollars in remittances we sent the last year. But this is an example. But if we talk about El Salvador, Guatemala, or any other countries, are the same. And that's why you see, they send it out, they benefit for both countries, and here and also the origin. Least we have to take dignity and respect those families. And it's unchained when we saw those images, the children and the cases. This is a change. This is not the United States. Those are not the values of this country. That's what I can tell you.
And finally, Artemio, and very, very short, if you could, who wins the election, Biden or Trump?
Well, it's very difficult to tell you. If the election is today, it's clearly Biden got to win. It's what the polls is it, right? But don't stay at home, because if you stay at home, everything can change, and also it's too long. President Trump is so smart, and I'm not and uses the lie to scare the community to not participate in. Later you go find it. Oh, but later it's too late, right? After the elections, we have to participate if we do not want Trump another term in the White House.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Jorge. Gracias.